Okay, let's dive into this. If you're anywhere near corporate finance, you already know the compliance landscape isn't getting any easier to navigate, right? Today, we're looking at a highly specific, incredibly effective tool built to tackle that exact headache head-on. We are unpacking the Bizmanualz Finance Policy Procedures for Financial Compliance Performance book. Yeah, I know, it's quite a title, but it's an absolute powerhouse of a product. We're going to break down exactly what this is, who it's for, and how it transforms the incredibly complex task of financial governance into a streamlined, completely manageable process. If you've ever stared down an impending compliance audit or just tried to standardize your company's financial operations, well, this explainer is built specifically for you.
So, let me ask you, are you building your financial procedures totally from scratch? Be honest, because if you're a CFO, a financial manager, or a compliance officer, your time is arguably one of the most expensive and critical assets your company has. Every single hour you spend staring at a blinking cursor on a blank document, trying to conjure up a new internal control policy out of thin air, is an hour you aren't spending on strategic planning or actual business growth. Writing procedures from scratch is just notoriously frustrating. It's tedious, it's so prone to error, and frankly, it's a massive waste of your highly specialized skills. The product we're exploring today really exists for one main reason: to completely eliminate that blank page anxiety and stop the drain on your valuable time.
Instead of wrestling with that blank page, this manual actually equips you to immediately lock down some of the most rigorous processes your company faces. I mean, regulations are only getting stricter, so winging it, that's just not an option anymore. We're talking about comprehensive treasury management. We're talking about capital planning and developing a rock-solid capital structure. And of course, there's the giant in the room, SOX compliance. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act drastically strengthened the requirements for internal controls, and setting objectives for internal auditing controls is just a vital component of any healthy financial system. This book doesn't just skim over these topics. It provides the actual written policies you need to implement best practices across all these critical areas.
So what are you actually getting when you open this up? Well, you aren't just getting some flimsy little pamphlet or a basic checklist. You are accessing over 600 pages of pre-written financial assets. Just think about the sheer volume of intellectual property that represents. 600 pages of detailed, meticulously structured financial governance, all bound up in a really sturdy reference format. It's essentially a massive, comprehensive library of standard operating procedures that immediately elevates your company's internal control system. This is the kind of substantial, authoritative resource that you absolutely want sitting in your business library, ready to be pulled out the moment a compliance question or an auditing challenge pops up.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it breaks down that massive page count into super actionable pieces. Look at this. You're receiving 36 pre-written financial procedures. That alone covers the vast majority of operational scenarios your finance department is going to encounter. But it doesn't stop there. You also get 61 example forms. Think about the friction and stress involved in just trying to draft, format, and approve a single internal form. You have 61 of them, completely ready to go. Plus 10 example job descriptions to make sure your finance team is structured correctly with totally clear responsibilities. The crucial takeaway here is that this isn't just high-level theory. These are the practical, day-to-day tools you need to actually run a compliant finance department smoothly.
But you know, the value extends way beyond just the day-to-day forms and procedures. Alongside those core assets, this package actually includes two very specific preparation guides to ensure comprehensive financial planning and operational readiness. First up, you get a sample CFO's manual. This is incredibly valuable for setting the tone at the top and structuring the overarching financial strategy for the executive team. Second, there's a free small business management guide included. Even if your company is growing rapidly, having this foundational guide ensures the basic building blocks of your business operations remain incredibly solid. Together, these bonus guides make sure you aren't just complying with rules, but you're actively managing and planning for a much stronger financial future. Of course, none of those forms or procedures mean a thing if the information in them is inaccurate or poorly structured, right? When it comes to financial compliance, trust is literally everything. You simply cannot afford to implement a policy that isn't up to industry standards. Just imagine handing your internal controls over to an auditor. When they see standard, professional, CPA-reviewed language, it instantly establishes institutional reliability. These documents are drafted by highly knowledgeable technical writers, so the language is clear and unambiguous. But even more critically, they are reviewed by experienced CPAs. That expert validation is exactly what a compliance-focused professional needs to sleep well at night, knowing their foundation is rock solid.
So how do you actually inject this into your daily workflow? It's remarkably frictionless. The delivery process is as simple as these 3 steps. Step 1, instant download. The moment you secure the product, boom, you have it. No waiting around for physical shipping, no delays in starting your project. Step 2. Customize in MS Word. Because this is delivered as an electronic, editable set of templates, you literally just open them right up in Microsoft Word and start adding your company's name and specific details. Step 3. Implement immediately. You can literally go from purchase to execution on the exact same day. It's just the ultimate time-saving mechanism for a busy financial executive trying to cut down on operational stress.
Because these are delivered as native, customizable Microsoft Word documents, you aren't forcing your business into any rigid, clunky software constraints. You are adapting these best practice templates to seamlessly fit your existing business. You have total control over the final wording to make sure it matches your exact operational reality. And hey, if you're still on the fence about whether these templates will fit your specific needs, Bizmanualz backs this whole thing up with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can download the files, review the CPA-approved procedures, customize a few forms, and just see the value for yourself completely risk-free. It removes all the purchasing risk and totally eliminates the stress of buyer's remorse.
I want you to just think about the math for a second here. $99. Now contrast that against the hundreds of hours and frankly thousands of dollars it would take a consultant or even your own CFO to draft all this from scratch. When you factor in the 36 procedures, the 61 forms, the 10 job descriptions, and the 600 pages of CPA-reviewed content, the value proposition is staggering. Contrasting that massive investment of time and internal labor against this highly accessible price point makes this an incredibly straightforward business decision. It is an immediate, high-yield return on investment for your compliance budget that instantly buys back your team's most valuable resource, their time.
The core philosophy of this entire package really boils down to one simple truth. There is no need to start from scratch. It's already been done for you. In the complex world of treasury management, SOX compliance, and capital planning, reinventing the wheel is just a dangerous and expensive game. The heavy lifting, the research, the structuring, the formatting, the expert review, all of it has been completed. Your job is simply to take this solid foundation, tailor it to your company's specific name and nuances, and put it to work. It permanently shifts your role from a stressed-out procedure writer to a strategic implementer. So if you're tired of struggling with internal controls and you want to elevate your financial governance immediately, the path is clear. Download the Finance Policy Procedures book today. By leveraging these instant download, customizable Word templates, you take control of your financial processes while dramatically reducing your business risk. Stop starting from scratch and give your finance team the tools they actually need to succeed. Ask yourself, how much easier and honestly, how much safer could your compliance tasks be tomorrow if you secured this foundational framework today?